Okay, so I'm out in my front yard doing some testing. You can see here in front of me, I've got this silver dollar, 1972, great year. Anyway, pretty big. I've got it in its protective casing. I've got it on this board. This board's about 10.5 inches or 27 centimeters across, about 14 centimeters wide, 5.5 inches. So I'm going to do on separation and masking is what I'm testing. And this is an interesting test. So you can see that's 97, 98, okay, all day long. So I want to show you some things about how targets can mask. And I've got some other things that I'm going to add. I'm going to test. I've got my Deos 2 and then I've got my Legend. This is a rusty bottle cap. So let's just take a look at this for a second. So this is going to ring up real junky 46. Okay. So let's put this. This is going to go. This is about 2 inches high. This about 2 inches high on this. So that's not what I want. Let's go. We're going to put this silver dollar here. So about 2 inches above the silver dollar that was hitting it solid 97, 98 all day long. Now let's run this coil over this. This is the general program on the Deos 2. Just stock day. So not a surprise, but that big giant silver dollar underneath there is completely masked. Now, if I want to go down here and I want to change my reactivity, these are all just the stock setup. But let's say I want to come down here and I want to turn the bottle cap up. Still, now we're at 87, but very junky. Okay, let's go again. So you were still not hearing that. Bottle cap. So I'm getting nothing. I don't know if you can hear that. Hopefully you can. Bottle cap 4. Nothing. Bottle cap 5. Nothing. So that's maxed out. So there's just no difference in that bottle cap. So let's go back. This is the general program. Let's run something else. Let's run sensitive full tone. This is one of my favorite tones lately. Same thing. It's completely getting masked just 2 inches above this giant dollar underneath. Okay, so let's just change some things around here. Let's move this over. So let's get this almost all the way over here and this all the way. So we're talking about 10.5 inches or close to it of separation. Okay, now this is the 9-inch coil. Now let's see what happens. This is sensitive full tones. Now you can see this is about separation. So this rusty bottle cap is completely masking when it's above this dollar. And this dollar is just a giant thing. You can see. So these are about 10.5 inches apart, give or take. Let's call it 10 inches. Now if I'm swinging normal, I'm definitely getting that two tones. But if you can see the VDI on this swing is not changing. It's hitting 49.51. So if you're swinging your coil over this, you might hear the tone. If you swing real slow, there it picks it up. Now see, remember, this is, let's just say this is dirt here, not air. It's squeaking it out. Doesn't sound like a really good tone. But if I'm swinging it normally, like I'm just coming across, like if I've got my high set, I can hear a beep, 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 and the second tone is a little better, but my VDI is still showing the same thing. It's amazing when you think about this. Now, this is just that rusty, very rusty, bent up bottle cap. And yet with this, and the closer they get, now let's move this over. So remember, we're talking 2-inch difference. Now, it's just an interesting study here. Even closer, I am getting the break. And now my target ID is actually better now. Kind of an interesting study. Let's throw something else in there. So that's just an old rusty bottle cap there that I dug out. Now let's just try a rusty nail. Let's see what the rusty nail. Just so the rusty nail by itself. Very bad tone. Now let's put this quarter, or this silver dollar, underneath it. Pretty much not quite directly underneath it. Now I'm getting a little squeak. This is sensitive full tones, stock program on the DS2. Now my reading is showing 85, but it's showing most of the time on my normal is showing it's bouncing back between ferrous, non-ferrous, ferrous, non-ferrous. So it's trying to separate that, but this rusty nail is really giving it some trouble. Now if I'm right over the top of it, that was a little off center, I'm not going to hit that target. And this just goes to show you that the junk, no matter what we're doing with these machines, the junk is really... So if you, on this program, my discrimination is set, this is the stock program, minus 6.4. So it's having a hard time getting through that. And any machine is going to have the same problem. It is just not going to see that. Now if we get some separation, remember this is about 2 inches higher, so if we're swinging this. Now the DS2 is doing a great job, even swinging quickly. It's giving me the good squeak. But I got to swing really slow and direct. Now I probably could do this with my 9-inch coil. So if I'm swinging, but if I'm swinging quick, my normal swing speed, I'm coming out. I got to be honest, I'm probably not digging this target. If I'm swinging really slow, then I would pick this out. But my normal routine, if I'm just walking and doing my, let me extend my thing a little bit here. So I'm just walking and doing my normal thing and I'm on the ground. That's about my normal swing speed on this. I'm going to be swinging really, really slow. This is a giant high conducting target, just a giant one. And you can see that even this DS2 is just having its struggles coming up with just the separation. And it just shows you the masking qualities that the junk has. So let me switch over here. And this is the giant target. You got to remember, this is a silver dollar, a big dollar, $72 I'm swinging. That is, 97, 98 on the VDI. So this is the Legend. Let me just get the Legend set up here. Get it turned on. This is the LG30. I do have the LG24, which would give better separation. But if you're swinging a bigger coil, I wanted to show the differences between maybe a little bigger coil. That 9-inch DS2 gives really good separation. Let me ground balance this a little bit here. I don't have a lot of high EMI here, but I do have some. Let's run a quick search for the signal here. Clear this up a little bit. And I'm going to show you on this, the Legend, which is a great machine. I'm really impressed with the Legend. I started with the Legend and then I got a DS2, but I'm really impressed with the Legend. But now this is that rusty nail. Let me get my extra stuff out of here. Again, let's run this test similar. So let's just go. Here's your... Okay, so on the Legend, let me get in here. This has got this bigger coil. I need to swing this thing. 56 is the high part. Okay, so let's separate these guys a little bit. This is the rusty nail. Let's check out the rusty nail on the Deos 2. Running stock program, this is field. Let's go to park. Okay, Deos 2 is not picking that up at all. I'm on M1. Okay, let's check the separation out. So let's go to, I'm normal swinging, I'm out searching, I'm doing my, my normal swing here. Now the Legend is picking this up. It is not, it's actually, I'm surprised by this test. This is the LG30, look at this. But I'm not getting a repeating signal unless I go real slow. So I'm on, normal swing here. That's pretty interesting to me. So now let's see if I put them on top of each other. Let's see if it will get through that. Look at that. This is again a dollar. Big, huge. It is completely masked by that. Just gone. I mean, just gone. I'm not discriminating. I mean, you can see this thing, look at, no dollar. That's not hitting. I'm not picking up that nail at all. And yet, silver dollar gone. Take this off, 2 inches difference. Just knocking my socks off, okay? Really interesting. Let's go just a little bit offset. Look at that though. See, I'm getting one thing. Now if I come the other way, swing around it, I'm getting that chirp. But my VDI is not telling me. So if I'm going off the VDI on this, I don't know if you can see this on the glare. I'm going over this, my normal swing. That's showing me 36 and mostly ferrous. So 36 mostly ferrous target here. It sounds decent. I'm getting that little plunk. But again, we're only talking 2 inches, and this is in the air. So if we're talking dirt, this side, see, it's still only showing me the 35, 41, so that's kind of bouncing around there. But it sounds good. I like the sound of this. But if I'm going off my VDI, I mean, no matter how much I try to get this, now there's 48, 46, that's probably something I'm digging with this. But if I'm just swinging normally, I'm probably not digging that. Even though it sounds good, if I'm going off the VDI, I'm probably not gonna hit that. Remember, this is a giant dollar. Let's go smaller. Let's just check something smaller. So here's a modern quarter. So let's take that out and let's just put a modern quarter in here and see what results we get. So a little bit of separation there, gone. I'm not even getting that chirp now. Little chirp if I go this way. This way. I mean, you can see that. And we saw the same thing. Actually, the Legend actually was hitting better on the dollar than the Deos 2 was with this rusty nail. Now, I'm sure with the Deos 2 we could probably figure out some settings. There's a lot of settings we could dial in. But you can see just as you're going out there and you're swinging over, these junk targets are often masking the targets that are just slightly off center from those or just slightly below them. And so these machines are picking up what they see first. And that's the signal they're sending back. I mean, that quarter is right there. Now, if I swing just this way, I'm catching that. But my normal swing, I think one of the things that I'm noticing too on both machines is that when you have a junk target, you lose your repeatable signal. And you're getting that chirp. And it's just an interesting thing as we talk. I think the answer to this is, and this is what I've always been saying, since I've learned I'm learning metal detecting, what I'm learning is you have to dig. There's almost just no way around it. No matter what machine you're using, this is the Legend, and then I've got the Deos 2 over here, and you can see that they're both struggling, even with the larger coil and the smaller coil. Two different machines, both great machines. Unless you get that signal all by itself, there's a lot of masking that's taking place, and these machines, for all the power that they have and what they're trying to do with separation, you can see that just this rusty nail is really, really causing complexities for the machine to understand. And this is open air. We're not even talking soil coming into the situation. So I hope that shows you something. I know it's showing me something about how these machines operate and just probably the importance of digging these targets out. So, all right, thanks for watching.